All right, write equations to show the commutative and associative properties of multiplication to show how they are involved when you calculate 40 times 800 mentally by relying on basic multiplication facts such as 4 times 8. Write your equations in the form of 40 times 800 equaling some expression, which equals another expression, which equals another expression, which is your answer. Indicate specifically where the commutative and associative properties of multiplication are used. Okay, so we are going to remind ourselves what the rules look like. So we have A times B times C, right? And you can move a term or you can reassociate. And really, these aren't terms, they're factors, right? So A times B grouped, then times C, or B times C grouped, then times A, right? So it looks like the grouping of A times B times C then is the same as A times the grouping of B times C, right? This is our associative property. And the commutative is to physically switch places. So to convert one position for another. So here is our commutative property. And if we were to multiply 40 times 800, just talk it out, I would probably multiply the 4 times the 8 as they suggested and get 32. And then I would quote unquote add 3 zeros. But you're not adding at all. So you have to be careful when you say things like that, right? So we're really putting 3 zeros onto the end of our number, which is the right side of our number. Okay, so what we did though was 40 times 800. I first had to split it into 4 times 10 times 8 times 10 times 10 in my head. Maybe I left it 100. I don't really know. And then I moved the 8 and this 10, right? So I'm going to wait a second and now move these two so that here in this next equal sign, I've used the commutative property. So to make the next equal sign true, I use the commutative property. Now I'm going to associate, the 4 with this 8, and then all of these 10s together, right? So it's technical here because I suppose right here we've used the associative property because we didn't group any of the 10s with the 4 and the 8. We grouped them all very specifically with each other. Otherwise, we should just be multiplying from left to right. And so in my brain, I said 32 times 1,000, right? That's where I got the 3 zeros that I tacked onto the ends. And then 3, 2, and 3 zeros. So this is what they mean, or some version of what they mean when they ask us to start with the expression they gave us, have an equal sign, and then start to break down the expression, keeping our equal signs in order, and then ending with our expression, right? And I maybe didn't need to break this all the way down, right? But that's fine. And let's see. Did I have anything else to add? Not that I can think of, I guess. Might have interrupted my own train of thought there, but um, indicate specifically where we use the commutative, associative. We started at the start, we ended at the end, and we have equal signs connecting each expression along the way, right? And we also included the properties themselves, which always adds to the conversation and doesn't take away from it.